Mohammed Dewji is the youngest billionaire in all of Africa. So now it's time for his rundown on that massive fortune and just how he spends it. Dewji may not be known for making flashy purchases, but everyone's gotta splurge sometime. For him, that splurge comes in the shape of a brand new Tesla. That would be the Tesla M3, which ran him back an estimated $35,000. Not only is this an impressive ride that can hit a top speed of 162 miles per hour, but it's a big deal for the country as well. It is the first Tesla in Tanzania and one of the only ones in all of Africa. No wonder he took to Twitter to show the new ride off in style. #Happy Sunday indeed. He managed to snag $1.5 billion and he's not even 50. That is no easy task even for a guy like him. He's joked that his standard work week is around 100 hours a week, though he plans on cutting it down to 80 if you were worried. While this is an exaggeration, it does show his work habits pretty well. He kind of reverse engineered his fortune by imagining himself as a billionaire in an area where the per capita income was $300. In order to find that fortune, he followed where the money was rather than trying to force it his way. Basically, he analyzed the daily habits of people in his area and tried to get in on their everyday purchases. In his own words, from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you sleep, I need to dig deep into your pockets to at least take 70% of your purchasing power. This has led to him investing into food, agriculture, textiles, trading, energy, financial services, real estate, logistics, and distribution. From the moment people wake up and take their morning coffee, tea, or soft drink, Mo wants a cut. Despite that, he still seems to see himself as an underdog at heart. He absolutely hates the image of billionaires piling into their limos or private planes, and takes great care to accept every little selfie request sent his way. No wonder he wants to take on international companies that are making big money in his own country. Perhaps the biggest flex he's known for right now is his bid to actually outdo the king of cola company, Coke, in Africa. He launched his very own Mo Cola brand. Everyone loves an underdog story, so here's to hoping Mo Cola will be in soft drink fountains and vending machines near you soon enough. Being the youngest billionaire in Africa is actually a lot more impressive than you'd think. That's because Africa is the second biggest continent on Earth in terms of both size and population. Even the way you're picturing Africa is probably smaller than you think. That's because most globes and maps have it wrong. Africa is actually this big. So yeah, being the youngest rich guy in all of that is pretty frickin' awesome. As cool as his youngest rich guy medal is, funnily enough, he's not even in the top 10 of richest men on the continent. He's actually way down at the 14th richest. The number one richest is Aliko Dangote and his $13.5 billion. Just give Dewji time though, there's still tens of billions more for him to make. Mohammed Dewji, who also goes by the nickname Mo, is mostly known as a hard-nosed businessman with Mohammed Enterprises Tanzania Limited, or METL. It's a commodities trading business founded by his father, so this is the kind of guy who is not quite known for the super crazy purchases. He's lived most of his life working, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention, working. This lifestyle seems to have loosened up thanks to a truly harrowing ordeal. He was actually kidnapped by several armed men and held in a hotel for 5 days before eventually getting released. The family offered $440,000 for any information about his abduction, though we don't know how much they might have paid for ransom. This gave him a new lease on life, which is aiming him towards spending more on himself, his family, his passions, and his philanthropic endeavors. Though I imagine his monthly budget on security is the number that's spiked the most. If you're a billionaire and you aren't American, there's a really good chance that you own your own football club. Pretty much every billionaire from Spain to Kenya pulls a Ryan Reynolds and buys a down-on-their-luck club with hopes of making it big. Mo is very much living that exact dream. He is the very proud owner of Simba SC, which seems to be the crown jewel of all of his possessions. Of course, just like with any billionaire's passion project, this one burns through cash quickly. He's even been quoted saying it makes him bleed money. That would be upwards of $20 million and counting. Despite having lost an entire fortune worth of cash over the team, he doesn't seem to have any regrets. He's made it clear he can continue to drop big cash on the team for as long as he's able. Through his efforts, and of course the team's, the club has rocketed into the top 20 in all of Africa. In fact, some place the team as knocking on the door of the top 10 with a number 11 placement. Even talking about this team makes the man emotional. He gets a little choked up even in interviews. With that kind of passion, what's a truckload of cash matter? Listen closely and you can hear the sound of another $20 million going up in smoke. The sky certainly seems to be the limit for Mo's future. He's discussed his plans to continue to amass his fortune, aiming to crack that $2 billion barrier within the next few years. So what kind of crazy purchases can we expect to see from him next? Well, you'll be happy to hear that he's dancing around purchasing the ultimate rich guy property. That's right, he's planning on nabbing his very own private island. Mo excitedly shared that he's looking at islands already and is circling around an island with its own landing strip. So that means a plane could be next. What about a nice super yacht after that? After everything you've been through, Mo, I think you deserve one of those $10 million super yachts. I mean, that's definitely what I would do if I were you. Of course, this kind of personal purchase isn't all he's looking at. He's planning to invest heavily in Africa, with investments lined up to the tune of $50 million in Rwanda alone. From his interviews, it sounds like he has the kind of relationship with heads of state in Africa where he'll occasionally pick up the phone and tell them, hey, I'm about to drop like 15,000 jobs on you. Thought I'd give you a heads up. He's also got a close relationship with many of the biggest billionaires in the entire world. Encouraged by Bill Gates, he signed the Giving Pledge, which states he'll invest half his sizable fortune into philanthropic endeavors. He's even voiced thoughts to potentially retiring early to spend time investing his fortune into the continent, though I can't imagine he'll be making good on that retirement plan anytime soon. The man is a textbook workaholic. In all of Africa, there are only 18 billionaires, so there's a good chance our friend Mo could push his way to the top spot in the next few decades. He certainly works for it, that's for sure.